girl. Thanks so much for coming. It's so good to see you. It's been like a really long time. I know. Ever since the wedding, and then I've kind of been like acclimatizing myself to my new royal duties as a princess, redecorating me and Prince Eric's private chambers, sorting things out in the Under the Sea Kingdom, making sure they find the proper high soprano to replace me on Sebastian's choral choir, and then, you know, I've been dabbling a little bit in politics. It's just been crazy. It's been so crazy that I haven't had any time with my girls, and I'm so looking forward to today, chit-chatting, sharing some gossip, and then I thought maybe I would do your makeup because I got a couple new palettes that I think are really cool that I really wanted to try out on you, if that's okay. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've actually had the opportunity to do makeup on my own. Like, when you're a princess, and maybe you didn't know this, but when you're a princess, usually they hire these things called chambermaids, and the chambermaids will, like, tidy up your quarters, brush your hair, lace up your bodice, do your makeup for you. And speaking of things that have been eating up a lot of my time, chambermaids have been a big issue. Like, before I became a princess, I would always hear rich people say, like, oh, it's so hard to find good help these days. Now it's always like, oh, they're just spoiled, they're just like picky, like they're just blowing smoke, whatever. But no, girl, it is true. It is really hard to find acceptable domestic assistants like chambermaids. I've gone through like 8 or 9 chambermaids since Eric and I got married, and we only got married like 9 months ago. And it's just like, they come highly recommended from the chambermaid contracting agency, and their references are sterling, but just none of them have been adequate, and they just keep leaving for some reason, and I'm not sure why, because this seems like it would be a pretty cherry job for any chambermaid if you ask me, but they just, and Eric keeps questioning me. Why do they keep leaving? How come they never give their 2 weeks notice? Why do they always disappear in the middle of the night and leave a huge mess behind, like the chambers have been torn apart by wild animals? And I'm like, sweetie, Eric, like, that's not my fault if they're unreliable. I can't explain it. I guess they just don't have the work ethic that we're looking for in our chambermaids. And yeah, they should be giving notice. It is weird that they keep disappearing in the middle of the night, but there's nothing I can do about that. And so we've been like having a little bit of tension between us, but I think he understands my point of view. We've got a new chambermaid coming later tonight. We'll see how she works out. Fingers crossed. So anyway, girl, I wanted to ask you about something. So I've been hearing these rumors about you and that big guy that works down at the wharf. Don't try to play coy with me. You can't keep anything from me. Like literally, you can't keep anything from me, because now I have spies that go around through the town and check on how the common folk are doing and report every single detail back for me, so I know where you are and what you're doing literally every second of every day. So there's no point in trying to pretend. Yes, that's what I thought. Don't be embarrassed. Don't be embarrassed. There's no reason to be embarrassed. He's not my type, but I can totally see the two of you together. He's kind of broad. He's kind of stocky. He's like a little bit fluffy, and sometimes that type is so nice because they're like soft and warm, and they can hold you and make you feel just like really safe. And he's also a really steady guy. I heard he's got his own cottage. I heard he has his own fishing net, which is like really something, because ever since I became princess, I've been looking into the socioeconomic circumstances of our kingdom, and it's really shocking how many fishermen can't even afford their own net or their own boat or their own property. Like, the socioeconomic disparity is just really staggering. And I brought it up to Eric the other night. I was like, honey, we have to do something to like even the playing field, because right now just the difference between classes is really undermining the growth of our economy, I think, and also it's just not fair. Like, there's no way to get ahead if you're born into a poor family. So I talked to him about it, and I was like, we should do something about that, but Eric was just kind of still fixated on the whole chambermaid thing, and I was like, honey, why are you perseverating over this? Why can't you stop thinking about the chambermaids? Why can't you stop worrying and wringing your hands over that mysterious blood stain on the carpet in the chambermaid's quarters? Like, it's in the past. You gotta let it go, honey. There's other things to worry about. So I think he kind of understood where I was coming from, and maybe going forward he'll try to, like, you know, institute some government programs to support people who are trying to, you know, like, improve their situations and like buy a cottage for the first time. And but anyway, that guy by the wharf already has all that, so you know that he's gonna be like a good and steady partner, and he's gonna like support you, and like he just seems like a really stand-up guy. So yeah. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing where things go between the two of you. But anyway, I just needed to bring that up with you. Why don't we start doing your makeup? So, what? Oh, you've been hearing rumors about me? Oh, that's... Girl, don't even bring that nonsense around here. You know better. That's like an old wives' tale that you'd hear in, like, Hans Christian Andersen, or maybe in one of the Grimm's storybooks, since it's like kind of dark. I mean, like, all those oral histories, they're hundreds of years old. They might be like, they might have 10% a grain of truth to them, but they're like 90% just absolute malarkey. Yes, you don't have to explain it to me. I've definitely heard it. We used to laugh at it when I was a child under the sea. Oh, look, here comes one of my kitties. That's one of those things you get to enjoy when you live on land, is cats. I love them. They are just like the living end. But anyway, so yeah, I know people say that mermaids are cannibalistic and sometimes eat humans. That's something that every sea person has heard ad nauseum forever and ever. But like, first, and maybe I'm just picking nits here, but is it really cannibalism if it's a mermaid eating a human? Because cannibalism is eating your own kind, and mermaids and humans are different. Like, trust me, honey, I know I had to ask a sea witch to turn me into a human, because like, that's how crazy and unnatural it is. Like, we're completely different things. So like, okay, setting semantics aside, I can't definitively state that a mermaid's never eaten a human, but I can state that it's nothing you ever need to worry about, especially since you're my bestie. Like, I promise you're safe. No mermaid is gonna eat you. No, they wouldn't do that to you. If anyone's gonna get eaten, it's one of those chambermaids. Yeah, like when they open the curtains at 6:45 and you told them explicitly not to open the curtains until 7:30 in the morning, but they just keep doing it every single day. Like, that's the kind of annoying thing that gets you cannibalized by a mermaid. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, like, you don't do anything annoying like that, so you're totally safe. Okay, so now that we've cleared the air on that one, I am going to show you the makeup that I wanted to try out on you today, okay? So where should we start? Well, it looks like you've already come with your foundation and your powder on, which is good because I don't necessarily have powders to match every skin tone. So, like, if you're not the same tone as me, I'm not going to have it. So I'm glad that you did that ahead of time. I think we'll start with a little bit of blush. Yeah, so I never wore this when I lived under the sea because it was like a little bit weird, because blush implies that you have like hot blood flowing through your veins, and as a fish person, I definitely didn't, so it was a little bit strange. It just didn't suit my complexion. But now that I'm on land, I swear by this stuff. Like, it just gives you the cutest little apple cheeks. And so I'm just gonna apply a little bit of this blush. it's right here. I've had it for ages. It is hyperpigmented. It works really well. So I am just going to gently apply some of this blush just to the apples of your cheeks. And what can be helpful sometimes is if you suck in your cheeks kind of like this. Like kind of make a fish face, like, which like I'm really good at fish faces for obvious reasons. Anyway, okay, so here we go. Okay, go ahead and suck in a little bit. And you don't want to get it on top of your cheekbones. You want to get it kind of on the underside and then going up towards your ears. So let's do that. Good. You have lovely defined cheekbones. And all this is doing is just highlighting the beautiful features that you already have. Some people think of makeup as like lying or like almost putting on a face that isn't yours, but it's not that at all. It's just enhancing what you already have, and what you already have, girl, is gorgeous. So there we go. That's all we need. Yeah, you don't need much. You already have like a nice, rosy, healthy looking complexion. Okay, good. Now, this is the part I've really been looking forward to. I'm going to show you some of the palettes I've gotten recently. These are both Colourpop palettes. The first one is the Sailor Moon Colourpop palette, and this one is so adorable. First of all, look at this packaging. So cute, front and back, so much gold embossing, and pink to be extra girly, which I thought was appropriate for our Girls' Day. And then, wait, let me open it up. And just look at the case inside. The cutest little thing. Look at this. So it's my girl Sailor Moon, but it's also like a little hologram. So her mouth opens and closes. Like, that is just, girl, that is just so cute. Like, it kills me. And then you open it up. Take out the little clear plastic protector and look at these pigments. Look at how rich those are. And look at the variety of them. You have everything from this more neutral sort of color down to this sparkly gold or this darker sparkly bronze if you want to be really dramatic. You have your neons. You have like a neon yellow and a neon orange. And they all have the cutest little names. So for example, Shining Moon, Tuxedo Rose, Miracle Romance, Silver Millennium. Like, it is the cutest. I love it. So this is option 1. All these cute Sailor Moon themed pigments. Good. Okay, and then the second one, second palette that I have to show you, and I'm really, really proud of this one because it was on back order for most people for ages, but I'm a princess, so like I get priority, so I got one right away. It's this one. This is one of the elusive Animal Crossing palettes. This is 5 Star Island. Again, you'll see it's very pink, very cutesy, very girly, and it has my ultimate girly icon, Isabel, here, looking cute and ganky as always. And so I'll open it up and I'll show you. It's got the cute leaf motif from Animal Crossing on the inside. Cannot get enough of that Animal Crossing. I love it. The fishing tournament is a little macabre for me because it's like people are getting paid belts to like murder as many of my people as they can. But if you set that aside, it's just a delight from beginning to end. So here we go. This is 5 Star Island. We get Isabel's cute face stamped all over it. And then if you open it up, it's a mini palette. So it has just 4 colors, but they're all super adorable. And look at this cute mirror with Isabel's little face on it. I'm telling you, like, this is such a treasure to me. It's got a color called Isabel, which is yellow, like Isabel is. It's got Island Tune, Island Designer, and it's got Resident Rep. And you might notice Resident Rep is actually the color I'm wearing right now. Yeah, so it's, yeah. Pretty nice, right? Like a very rich color. So that's the other option. Looking at you, I think I'm going to do Isabel. It's real cute. It's kind of shiny. It's yellow, but it's like a creamy yellow, not a neon yellow. So I think that's what we're going to do today. So let me just get a little bit on my brush. Okay. Now if you could just close your eyes for me, and I will go ahead and apply this. Good. Good. You don't even need to apply a primer with Colourpop palettes because they are just that pigmented. They go on so smooth, so easy. You really only need to dip your brush in there like once or twice, and so much powder gets on it, and it's just makes doing makeup so much fun. And as girls, like, shouldn't makeup be fun? Isn't that the point? Right? So this just puts the fun back in makeup time with your girls. Good. I actually tried this color the other morning with our previous chambermaid. This was right before she disappeared under very mysterious circumstances, like they all tend to do. But she didn't really apply it right. Like, she got it all the way up to my eyebrows, which is not really my look. It's a little bit too dramatic, like a little bit too David Bowie for me. So yeah, that was an argument. Unfortunately, that was an argument. And then, shortly after that argument, she disappeared. She's no longer with us. I don't know what happened. Actually, the police did come by for that one, but I think we were able to convince them that there was no foul play. Just really, really irresponsible chambermaids who don't know how to apply eyeshadow in any kind of sophisticated or tasteful way. So, there you go. Beautiful. You're so, so beautiful. Okay, so I think the next step is going to be to apply some mascara. And don't laugh, I actually have the drugstore brand mascara. This is just CoverGirl, and I find it mostly sufficient. And that's because, as you can tell, I already have huge princess eyelashes. I'm just naturally blessed that way, so I don't need to do much to make them pop. Now you don't have quite as big of eyelashes, but I think with just a little bit of assistance from our mascara here, we can make your eyes look almost as good as mine. So go ahead and just blink for me. Good. Good. One more time. Lovely. And then I'll do the other eye. Good. Good. Oh my God, you look so cute. If that big guy from the wharf could see you now, honey, let me tell you, he'd like drop down to one knee and propose on the spot. I'm not even joking. Yeah, that's so cute. Good. Okay, so next is lipstick. I'm just wearing a simple red to match my signature red hair that everybody throughout the kingdom knows and envies. Like, I know they envy me. I know, you don't even have to say it. And it's just, again, naturally blessed. But I have a lot of really crazy sort of lipstick colors. I thought we could get kind of wild today, if that's okay with you, okay? Good. All right, so this is NYX, and these are Macaron Lippies. They're a whole collection of just really interesting colors. So, like, this one is bright pink. I mean, what could be more girls' day than bright pink lipstick, am I right? But let me show you the other ones before we make a decision. So we also have blue. And then we have the green, we have orange, and then we have a sort of like very light gray. This one is a little harder to pull off. It kind of makes you look like you're dead. Not that I, know what a dead person's lips look like. Like, I have no reason to know that. It's not like I frequently have people expiring in my house and have, like, the course of, like, an entire meal time to look at them and kind of look at their lip color. Like, I don't have, that. But it does kind of look like you're dead. Speaking from a place of no experience whatsoever, of course. The pink, right? I knew. The pink is definitely going to be the best one today, and also just kind of fits the theme of like a super girly girls' day. So go ahead and just give me a little kiss. Pretend I'm the big guy down by the wharf. Just teasing. I'm just teasing. Go ahead, give me a little pout. Good. Nice. Press your lips together. Oh my god. It looks perfect. It's so cute. It's like Urban Sophisticate meets Minnie Mouse. I think it's so adorable. Oh my god, you look perfect. Okay, so next, now that we're looking good, I thought maybe we could order in maybe some pizza and then make some mimosas. Does that sound like fun or what? I won't be eating any of the pizzas. I'm actually really full. I've been routinely really, really full lately. I don't know why. I don't know. I guess maybe my body is just trying to kind of like adjust to living on land. You know, sometimes your appetite goes a little funky when you're living in a new environment. Yeah, it's definitely not because I'm like gorging nightly on forbidden foodstuffs, the likes of which would drive a man to madness, and it's definitely nothing to do with me eating anything weird or taboo. Like it's I'm just full. I'm just full all the time. What can I say? I just don't have an appetite these days. But anyway, I'll order you all the pizza you want, and we'll have mimosas, we'll sit down, maybe we'll watch some like Queer Eye or like some reruns of Sex and the City. I am so addicted to that right now. We did not have it under the sea. We had a kind of a knockoff called Sex and the City. Get it? Like SEA -TY, but it was like pretty low budget, and it didn't have Carrie Bradshaw, let me tell you that, and Carrie makes that show. So yeah, maybe I have the DVD box set. We can watch some of that, and we should probably do it not in my chambers, because my chambers are adjacent to the chambermaid's quarters, and they've really started to smell kind of funny recently, and I think we don't want to ruin our girls' stay with like a stinky environment, right? So we'll just stay away from that whole wing of the house. Like, there's no reason for you to even go up there. I'll let you use, if you have to go to the bathroom, I'll let you use the one in the basement. Like, we'll just avoid that whole section of the house, okay? Great. Okay, then let's get started. Love you, girl.